it is expected to be a tropical storm at this point, but whether it's a hurricane or tropical storm or tropical depression, it's going to be dumping a lot of rain on us, and we are going to continue to see those showers and storms through Tuesday because all that rain we saw with Debbie moving in, that's got to go somewhere. So it's draining out into the rivers, and that's going to elevate the flood risk today, tomorrow, really through the weekend. Overall, we are staying dry. It's because of this high pressure north of Atlanta, and we can see there also is an area of showers and storms that we are watching for some possible tropical development. After they saw what they say about 12 inches over the last 2 days, that water rose up. One neighbor said he'd never seen anything like it before. If you can't get your hands on the eclipse glasses, you can use this pinhole protector, or I was telling you, you could also use a pasta strainer, you know, with all the little holes in it. You can do the same thing where you can hold it up. Look, right? See? Oh, I bought a brand new box of cereal. And Frank found the cereal. We have the sun coming up, we've got our turkey count up, and we also have a turkey of our own here at the Pool or Piggly Wiggly. Now, our forecast today, we had a little bit of rain earlier. Not just hurricane force winds, but historic wind gusts that we saw overnight. Alma seeing 100 miles an hour. That was the highest wind gust that it has recorded on record. What fuels tropical systems is the moisture, and we are seeing a lot of that dry air building in on the backside of this storm. That's why we're starting to see some of those heavier downpours moving north of our area, and that's really cutting off the rain. And I know that travel is going to be big today as well as tomorrow and for Christmas. And if you are heading up north, just be aware there are a couple of snow showers moving through parts of Wisconsin and into Michigan. Then that snow is going to be moving into New York, New England over the next couple of hours and into tomorrow. We are nearly 30 degrees colder than where we were sitting this time yesterday. That's all due to that cold front that moved through the East Coast. We had rain all the way from here in our area up to parts of the Northeast, Washington, D.C., New York. They all saw rain yesterday. I've got a couple of layers on underneath this jacket. I've got my gloves, also my ears. They're okay because of the earmuffs that I'm wearing. So hats today going to be essential. That cloud cover is kind of like a blanket, right? So overnight, it's keeping all of that heat in, but then as we go into the afternoon, it's keeping the heat out. Welcome back to WJCL 22 News this morning. It's definitely going to be a little bit busier out on Tybee as we head towards the weekend. We can see a couple of folks already getting an early morning beach walk in. Definitely a humid beach walk. We can see 94% with that humidity right now. 78 degrees, feeling like almost 80 degrees out on Tybee. Winds coming out of the west right now. Our radar showing the bulk of our rain mainly off the coast. We are dry for now, but we're going to be talking about showers and storms as we go through the end of today and into early tomorrow morning. Looking at those temperatures right now, seeing 70s and near 80s right along the coast. 78 for Beaufort as well. 73 for Reidsville. Metter this morning also sitting at 73. 72 for Baxley. As we go into this afternoon, those temperatures going to get a little bit warmer, getting into those upper 80s, low 90s across the area. We can see our highs for today about 91 for Claxton, 90 for Pembroke and Glenville. Heading towards the coast, a little bit cooler right along the coast. 88 for Skidaway, 89 for Sapelo Island. And in low country, looks like the low country is going to have the best chance for rain today. And also some spots could be seeing about 1 to 2 inches of rain, with some localized spots seeing even more than that. So let's check it all out for you on your Futurecast. We can see clear conditions for this morning, a little bit more cloud cover as we go into the early afternoon. Then about dinner time and when you're heading home from work, we can see about 5 o'clock today, we will be seeing a couple of those showers west of I-95 near Vidalia. And then when we go into about 8 o'clock, a little bit after dinner time, that's when we're going to be starting to see those showers and storms moving in. As you head to bed, you might hear a couple of those rumbles of thunder. Overnight tonight, some of that heavier rain pushing through down towards Savannah and towards the coast. And then that rain's going to continue to push out, leaving us with dry conditions to start off our weekend before we see another round of rain moving in late on Saturday. Right now, looks like the bulk of that rain is going to be south of 16, but if that changes, we'll bring you the updates here on WJCL 22 News. Also, tracking no tropical activity over the next 7 days in the Atlantic. The Gulf looks quiet right now, as well as the Caribbean. And again, if that changes, all the updates here on WJCL 22 News or over on our website, WJCL.com. Looking at that 10-day forecast for you, we will be seeing a little bit cooler weather moving in for Saturday and Sunday, although cool is a relative term. It's still going to be upper 80s for the inland areas and then getting back into those low 90s as we go towards the end of next week. Better chance for rain as we head towards the following weekend, and those temperatures again going to stay right around our average for this time of year. Out on the coastline, going to be seeing similar conditions. Temperatures today going to be in the upper 80s. We will see a chance for those showers and storms as we head into this evening and overnight tonight. Not as much of a chance for rain as we head towards the weekend, but then rain chances ramp right back up as we head towards our following weekend.
If you could drain all the water away and look at the bottom of the ocean in the continental shelf offshore Georgia, it really looks like the beach at low tide. It's just low ripples of sand and not a lot of place for fish to live.
With few places for organisms to grow off our coast, except for an area like Gray's Reef, Georgia Department of Natural Resources is working to create artificial reefs out of various materials. What was once a working tugboat will now be a place for wildlife to thrive in Georgia waters. In order to not pollute the water with trash and create a safe space for marine life, the boat must be completely cleaned out.
And when you see there's no sheen of oil on that water, you know this boat's clean because they're constantly pumping water out of here because all these holes now there's water coming in. And so we feel good about the way a vessel like this is cleaned. Nothing that can snag a diver. It's just lots of openings for the fish to come in and out and use this as habitat.
Stern's clear.
Once the vessel is up to code, it's brought to this location, 20 miles offshore. It's then going to be filled with water until it eventually sinks to the bottom of the ocean, and the growth begins from there.
And then if you come back in about 6 weeks, 8 weeks, you'll start seeing things like barnacles and tunicates growing on it. And then you come back in another 8 months to a year and you'll start seeing sponges and soft corals, and you come back 20 years from now, there'll be hard corals growing on it.
The project is a positive way to use old materials and turn them into something new.
We're building habitat to increase the number of fish that we have as we have all these things going on in our climate and things changing, that we can create more habitat to have more fish is a positive thing for us.
Reporting off the coast of Brunswick, Catherine Liberta, WJCL 22 News.